In Christus Vivit, Pope Francis begs young people to stay rooted in their cultural and familial roots. It's impossible for us to grow, he said, unless we have strong roots to support us and keep us firmly grounded. It is easy to drift off when there's nothing to hold on to. Only if we understand how important it is to nurture our roots, the Pope said, will we be able to distinguish the joy of youth from a false cult of youth that can be used to seduce and manipulate young people. What does he mean by this? Our Holy Father asserts that there is a cult of youth that dismisses all that is not young and of the moment as outmoded and worthy of contempt. By convincing young people to ignore their roots and disrespect the experiences of their elders, they can be more easily manipulated and lured into new, supposedly enlightened ways of thinking. But such new ideologies often deny truth, goodness, and beauty. They ultimately exploit the young for financial or political profit. The young are focused on the future and they face life with energy and dynamism, the Pope wrote, but they are also tempted to give little attention to the memory of the past from which they come. In particular, the many gifts transmitted to them by their parents, their grandparents, and the cultural experience of the society in which they live. Helping the young to discover the living richness of the past, to treasure its memory, and to make use of it for their choices and opportunities is a genuine act of love towards them for the sake of their growth and the decisions they are called to make. A genuine act of love. Helping young people to treasure their roots is a beautiful gift we adults can give them. And there's no better time than Christmas to give this gift because this season naturally offers many opportunities to gather and do things together. Pope Francis doesn't say that young people have to do everything their elders tell them or that they should be constrained by their roots, however. Roots are not anchors chaining us to past times and preventing us from facing the present and creating something new. Instead, the Holy Father wrote, roots are a fixed point from which we can grow and meet new challenges. Speaking to older people, he then said, it does us no good to sit down and long for times past. We must meet our culture with realism and love and fill it with the gospel. In preparing this video, it struck me that Advent is the perfect time to focus on our roots while living the gospel in our own time. Advent is the perfect crossroads of the old and the new, especially as we think about the Annunciation. When the angel told Mary that she would bear the Son of the Most High, Mary became the embodiment of both her people's hopes and the fullness of time. Although entirely new, this time had been prepared over the course of centuries through God's promises and the words of his prophets. The inspired words and traditions of her people were the springboard from which Mary leapt into the unknown of God's grace. This week, let's spend time with Mary and imagine her experiences in the months following the Annunciation. Whether we are younger or older, let's ask her to help us embrace both our roots and the challenges of our own time.